Meditation 3, first entitled, Concerning God that He Exists, page 70. I will regard these images as empty, false, and worthless. I will converse with myself, that reflective method again, and look more deeply into myself. I will attempt to render myself gradually better known and more familiar to myself. So we're still at the stage of self-examination. The only way that Descartes thinks we're going to dig our way up out of this pit of the self and get back to the external world is by reflecting upon my mind and the contents of my mind. Those contents can't come from the senses because I'm not trusting the senses yet. They can't come from memory because I'm not trusting memory yet. They have to come from somewhere else. Middle of page 70. Now I'll wonder more carefully whether perhaps there may be other things belonging to me that up till now I have failed to notice. I am certain that I am a thinking thing. So I'm looking at myself, which means my mind. I know that I'm a thinking thing, and insofar as I think, I know that I exist. I know that I'm a thinking substance, a thinking thing. What else do I know? But do I not therefore also know what is required for me to be certain of anything? I also know. So here I am, I'm lonely, I'm inside my own mind, I'm giving up my senses, I've descended into the cogito, into the I think. And now, what do I have? Well, I exist, I know that I exist, I know that I'm a thinking substance. I also know that I'm certain of these, right? And I'm aware of the fact that I'm certain of these. Which means I must have an idea of certainty. I must have an idea of certainty which allows me to conclude that I am certain. That's interesting. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just me. It turns out I have sort of preloaded into my mind this software, this conceptual apparatus for determining certainty. Surely in this first instance of knowledge, there is nothing but a certain clear distinct perception of what I have heard. Yet that would hardly be enough to render me certain if it could ever happen that something I perceived so clearly and distinctly were false. Thus, this is the answer to the first question, this rule. I now seem able to posit as a general rule that everything I clearly and distinctly perceive is true. But what is it that I know? I know I'm certain of these things. Wait a minute, what's certainty consist in? Well, the only thing about these that I distinguish them is that they're clearly and distinctly known to me. They're clearly present in my mind. That must be what the standard of certainty is. So his rule is any clear and distinct idea must be true and certain. He's giving himself the tools at this point to begin his return to the objective world, the physical world.